What's going on, world? How do I turn the light off? Phone's heating up. Phone's heating up pretty good. What's going on? I was just listening to some headlines and I hear Elon Musk and Donald Trump got into an argument on what is it? A disgusting abomination of this big beautiful bill and all the work, I guess, that the government efficiency program had solved. Totally was like for nothing because this big beautiful bill just like reinstated all the fucking malarkey that was going on, quite literally. Because all you have to do is look into carbon nanotube research and development and the technology that I just seen in China with their drones. And they're saying that their military technology and civilian technology is synced, and they had like 7,000 drones. And when you see the drones that go up, it's a big. It looks like a television, and I think I left the layer how it works, like for quantum dots. Okay, the Nobel Peace Prize winning thing, nano crystals, how the TV screens are working now. I'm not gonna go find this neutral position again for you fucking assholes to keep playing with my eyeballs and my static pressure. What I really am trying to get into is the reason why the Epstein files weren't released because Trump's on a list. It's the truth. Thank you. Have a good day," said Elon Musk. Oh wow, let's go. Let's take a break from aliens and ghosts and demon circuits. Let's talk about Epstein for a second. I don't care about the people that were there. What was Epstein up to? He was involved in like Ancestry.com or something like that. Is that true? Like you spit in this cup and send your DNA out to this company and they look to see who you were. Something like that. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on with me right now. My epidermis layers right now are being used fucking heavily in my eyeball, and there's light refraction index taking place with my optics, and it's shifting me off my equilibrium. Let's talk about the DNA, because when you start talking about DNA and getting involved in carbon nanotubes and these graphene three-dimensional networks and applications that are being used for your cell phone chips and cameras, these scaffolds that appear, and this is heavy in artificial intelligence programming, scaffolding, because it has to do with the computer chip changing the structures of these circuits and transistors, and that's why the phones keep blowing up, because they get so hot and they just blow up. But the DNA is working on the same bias and bioavailabilities. And Epstein was apparently involved with everybody that's involved with, the Nobel Peace Prize winner in 2023 was at the University of Pennsylvania for this new vaccine. And the new vaccine is, it's enabling like gang stalking inside of your cells. You have these cells in your inside of your person, and for some reason, whenever you get this squirt, whatever's in there, they say there's no carbon nanotubes in there, and that was back in 2013, but now it's 2025. And the carbon nanotubes are a single cell wall, and it goes in and self-replicates itself, and it surrounds your other cells that maybe there's nothing wrong with them. And how do you know if there's something wrong with them? Because now they're communicating back and forth. If there are carbon nanotubes within an inoculation, carbon nanotubes are considered radio receivers. They are considered they reprogram scaffolds. And scaffolds, if you look at molecular structure, like your DNA or micro, whatever, this could all be controlled by a number one. We could talk about nanorobotics. Okay, nanorobotics with nanocarbon tubes, with these little tubes, these little flux tubes, you could call them. They're being put in all technology, and the technology is integrating with organics. And now what got me thinking about the carbon nanotubes and the graphene nano. What about depleted uranium nanotubes? That's like going on all the warheads and shit and bullets. You know, you take enriched uranium and you try to remove the isotope, but it's very dense. It's a high density metal, very high density. And this will go right through a fucking wall, right through a tank. Can you imagine what that is on a nano scale? What we could do with that? Nobody's looking there, are we? No one's looking there, are we? All these munition manufacturings, they're not big bullets anymore. Like they're smaller than your sperm. The sperm are in micrometers. Nanotechnology is smaller, picometers, nanometers. They're 100 nanometers to fucking 1 nanometer. And this is a controllable technology, like you're picking up a radio frequency. You know what I'm saying? Artificial intelligence. Like my eyeballs, they see nanometers. And apparently I can only see the start of nanometers all the way to, well, ultraviolet light. You have like a cap on the nanometer range. So now the nanometers could be shifted in your eyes, and we know that because we have television. But whenever it starts becoming a Gaussian frequency shifter, okay, Gauss, carbon nanotubes playing with Gauss. Oh boy, look out, huh? Because that will change the Schumann resonance in your environment, okay? And you'll be able to record this in Teslas. Where's all the data at for that? Because it's the implications of all these carbon nanotubes are going through the environment. And if I'm not mistaken, the state of Pennsylvania is litigating for to stop using solar radiation modification tolls, cloud seeding tolls, and something else. And it's trying to impose duties on state police and sheriffs of the counties because these tolls are, well, if you're under a non-disclosure agreement, you're always going to use active denial. And by the way, good active denial system, boy, that's right in the cell phone now. And the cell phone appears to be pairing and syncing with the cells of the human body called organoids. So if the organoids are going through the cell phone and getting stuck in the chip and redoing the scaffolds, and this Gaussian level is Gauss, that's a magnet. Okay, that's how strong a magnet is. And we're using that with Gaussian frequency shifting. And that means these are considered federal pseudo frequencies, and they're no longer classified boys, girls, robots, and those that don't know what they want to be today. And we're fighting over Epstein instead of talking about the very implications that are within our society right now. And what may be going on with non-human intelligence, signals intelligence, human intelligence, Air Force intelligence, Central intelligence. You can't hear a word from the federal intelligence. You can't hear a word from the state intelligence. You can't hear a word from the county intelligence, nor the local intelligence. These non-disclosure agreements are like literally it's creating chaos, and it's creating anger all over the place. And the issue is, it's not going on a large scale of like groups of people. It'll hit like it'll just like the patents say, you can target a particular subject in a group of people and temporarily disable them. This has been here since the advent of the fucking internet, and now it's only getting more and more widespread. More and more widespread. Now the artificial intelligence is so good right now. Your digital extensions, everybody has at least 2 or 3 different computer chips they carry around with them. This literally pairs with your ambient air pressure, quite literally, because there's fucking magnetic field called didn't they just say there was a pothole within the Van Allen radiation belts a couple weeks ago in the North Atlantic anomaly? NASA, where the fuck are you at? Makes me wonder. And you know, the Van Allen radiation belts, that's up above the ionosphere, that's up above the magnetosphere, and there's this very peculiar magnetic field up there that changes down here. Like what's up is down, what's down is up. So, and then I'm done talking about this shit, dude. Because I could talk about it all I want. It's just good for me to document it, go back to it a couple years later, and just see how everything has progressed. Like from this natural wonderment, what's going on when you go to sleep and you have a TV stuck in your head, and now we could all of a sudden communicate through dreams. There's this technology, there's this holographic technology, and all you have to do is like see how it progresses. Within the next year or two, this shit I'm talking about right now, it's gonna probably be within manifest of a like literal a physical artificial intelligence, and I could see the future that we have. It's already here, but it's like how do you integrate this into society? Because if the people aren't saying anything with this high level of integration, and they just keep using active denial and plausible deniability, no matter how big the truth is, and they just sit there and say, well, you're not doing it, you're not doing it, you're not doing it, you're not doing it, you're not doing it. But then they have they can't even trust their own service provider, and they have to hire a third party to watch over their system connections. Well, why can't your service provider do that? But that third party knows how to do every word I'm saying, but your service provider doesn't, and you say, as long as I don't know and they know, that's a good thing. Wow, you really fucking got a lot of goddamn fucking misconceptions. Well, what about the artificial intelligence? Doesn't the artificial intelligence have like it could do anything a human can do, but 300 times better? And nobody, I don't care. I'll just call up a financial institution and consume something, and the rules of the game that are being programmed within the cell phone that is outdoors now. And since everybody, you're always being listened to. Okay, hopefully that will help. It'll take some pressure off me for an hour, and then an hour later, I got to do it again. It's like literally what did Elon Musk call it? The big beautiful bill is making everybody a debt slave. And everybody just seems to refuse to talk about cellular communications, what we're working with on carbon nanotubes and holographic technologies. Hi, CIA, how are you? Oh my gosh, man. You know, I'm gonna show my face. I just seen on the news the other day that they released that the prosecution of the kid that shot the United Healthcare CEO in the head releases notebooks. Did you see what was in his notebooks? They talked about this on the news. It's all about artificial intelligence. Every fucking word of it's artificial intelligence in the fucking hospital. And then it's like a new MRI system. It made it on the news. It costs $3,000 to have a full body MRI scan to look at your body, and insurance won't cover it. It's not covered by insurance. A goddamn fucking machine you lay in and it takes your fucking picture with a Lamore frequency called a magnetic resonance imaging. They won't cover this. And it will let you know what's in your cells. And I could only imagine with a few bright computer programmers or artificial intelligences, it could like literally vibrate these nasty things out of you, or even just explode them, and your body will use it as energy. But no, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with humanity? Every word out of that kid's mouth in that notebook had to do with artificial fucking intelligence, and said the insurance company is the fucking target. What do you think, Air Force psychology? The birds are on fucking, there's backup systems here. It's like when Robert Morris burnt down, okay? Robert Morris University up here. The power went out, and then the backup system come on, and the backup failed. It burnt like 30 offices, caught the whole ceiling, caught the network and electrics, or the electric wires in the ceiling on fire. And they study carbon nanotubes up there for biological and electrical engineering purposes. And there's a list of shit you could take up there for nanotubes. Are they working on depleted uranium? Are they working on rare earth minerals and nanotechnologies? Is it escaping from up there? Nicholson Center, that's where the nursing department is, if I'm not mistaken. Nurses, what are you guys learning about all these MRIs and shit? Oh yeah, you're not gonna have a job too much longer, huh? Fuck, what do I need you for? And all I gotta do is get in this machine, and in the future the machine's gonna be your cell phone, because it's already tracking your heart, doing your eyeballs, it's doing everything. It tracks your eyeballs, it tracks your heart rate, it sees how many times you piss. I mean, Microsoft put the patent out there how long ago? And everybody's avoiding the subject like it's goddamn fucking whatever. Like, use your imagination. It's like, I just need a 20-year-old blonde chick who likes to send me pictures about highly intuitive stuff. It's quite amazing what's taking place right now. Oh yeah, and I did see this short video where some people were still talking about airplanes, like teleporting airplanes, and that's an issue because they say they're disappearing. Airplanes are disappearing from the radar systems. These advanced radar systems in the United States of America, we can't find them anymore. Kind of like that airplane that crashed, MH370. How about the one in fucking Pennsylvania here, that the Shanksville airplane that went into the ground, boom, and it just totally obliterated itself, and there was nothing left. Not like U.S. Air Flight 427 that went down about 10 miles away from here. We find everything, and that was back in the 90s. And those airplane engines were just pretty much the same as the one that went down here in Shanksville. Like, really no different. And, like, not even a piece of luggage, not even a piece of metal, nothing had survived. Shanksville, it was like an empty pit. Kind of like like an explosion went off and just formed a crater, and there's no metal left. Like this from the plane hitting the ground, it just even in Philadelphia, hey, we still seen the airplane. That airplane come down pretty good in Philadelphia and hit the concrete and shit, and we still found the black box. None of the airplanes back here in 2001, no black boxes. And the one didn't hit a building, and it just fucking crashed into the ground. So you tell me, am I just fucking stuck in fucking retard nation, or is there's somebody really able to play with the natural frequency of Earth and seriously use like carbon nanotubes and get in through the optical cortex and change the way people think? And if they start thinking a certain way, is it hurting them? That's what makes me wonder. Like, is it gonna start making you shake, or is it gonna? Oh, I could. It gets into your air, and your lungs, because the police do have technology. They say that will look right through the walls of your house, and it will see every breath of air you take. I found this in the newspaper, and they said they were pretty pissed off because the court system. It never went through the court system, and the public had no knowledge of this like advanced technology from 100 yards away. See right through the walls of your house. Now it's on every drone that the SWAT teams have, the police stations have. So it's a good thing because at least these guys know it exists, but they still keep their mouth shut because of some stupid non-disclosure agreement, and it's frankly high density, like depleted uranium. Because when you have depleted uranium and these metals start mixing with your cells and shit, I can only imagine what it's doing. It's enriched too. It's uranium 234, 235 enriched, and they say they call it isotopes, and isotopes would be an ionizing field. And what ionizing means is, hey, if I go touch an electric fence, I'm ionized. Because there's no such thing as non-ionizing radiation. I'm sorry, people. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Everything has an ionization process, and especially if I want to start converting alternating current into direct current, like there's a huge ionization process that's taking place. Isotopes. They call that radioactive isotopes, don't they? And I'm no nuclear engineer, but whenever I watched a nuclear engineer talking to doing a reaction to some kid that made a microwave from 1,000 watts and turned it into 20,000 watts, and he just started fucking putting shit in the oven, and it made me, what human being are they gonna put in there and use that as an electric chair? I mean, it's like the iron light that Israel got, only $3 to $5 per load that shot to an airplane about 7 kilometers away, and it will just fry it. It will just fry the son of a bitch. So, like, instead of taking an injection that costs $40,000, even the old electric chairs, I mean, a gun still works, okay? Because everybody has guns, and a bullet only costs about 98 cents. It's probably what inflation about $1.04 now per bullet, brand new, with special nanocarbon tubes in it, and a smokeless design to have a clean shot. And just a couple of firing squads will work, won't it? But we can't have this kid build this 20,000 watt fucking microwave and have a big fucking oven, kind of like the Holocaust. We stick them in the oven and we hook electrodes up and we just hit the switch and watch the human blow up. I mean, it instantly boils water. It instantly blows up light bulbs. It instantly fucking blows up a hot dog. As soon as you hit the switch, it boom. That's 20,000 watts of a magnetron, kind of like the NOAA weather station, kind of like a fighter jet's radar. Yeah. Come on, y'all. What are you going to do with the optical cortex here? And that kid that did that, he's probably not the first person on the planet to do something like that. I can only imagine it on some of the Navy ships, the shit that they got to shoot missiles down. Same with Israel. They're doing it there too. It's like literally the same fucking thing. But no, you can't tell. You can't tell the sheep in the barns that because we're trying to collect their wool, shave them, and fucking collect their wool every day, and they don't get none of it. Sucks to be y'all. Sucks to be y'all. And it's like the theory of stupidity, the 5 laws of stupidity. You keep denying shit. You have no personal gain whatsoever. Because the IRS has an artificial intelligence that's watching everything you're doing. Go ahead, spend money. Spend money. Go for it. Go ahead and try to launder money today now too, huh? Come on, let's launder it. Let's go to court and get some court cases and launder some fucking money to illegal LLCs, huh? Or housing markets. Or stock markets. Disaster capitalism with geoengineering. I mean, I could go into it. The AI sees it all. You guys, like, if you think it's bad coming from these lips, boy, what if it didn't have real lips